Hey, this is Matt, and you're listening to Bluegrass Jam Along, the podcast for anyone and everyone who loves bluegrass. Hey everybody, welcome back. This is a food for thought episode, which I do every now and again when there's something in my head that I want to share. And there's sort of two reasons for this. One is just something I've been thinking about this week anyway. And two is the fact that this was supposed to be a bunch of backing tracks for Big Sandy River. And I recorded them and I played them. I thought, okay, and I listened back and they just sounded a bit bad, a bit out of time, a bit flat. And it's probably because I'm a bit flat and just a bit tired, and so I decided I'm not going to put them out. I'm going to re-record them and do them properly because you deserve them better. But it just sort of got me thinking, there are some days when you just suck, and that is all right. And I was listening back to these tracks on the headphones and sort of desperately wishing them to be slightly better than they were, and I thought, it's all right, I'll put them out, they'll be okay. You know, it says on the website that it's like playing along with a buddy, it's not playing. And I thought, no, you know when they're not good enough, and they're not, and that's all right, and I'll play them another day, and they will be. And I'll put them out, and you just have to wait a week longer for some tunes. I'm sorry about that, but I just sort of figured that it'd be good to talk about this because I watched a video the other day on Artist Works. Bryan Sutton always sort of shares a monthly message of stuff that he's thinking about or listening to or just welcoming new students. And this month he said something about having gone through a period last year where just didn't really feel like there was much quality in his playing and he just wasn't really feeling it. And then he had a break and it came back and he was stopped being hard on himself and it was all good. And it was just inspiring to hear Bryan share that because obviously so many of us think of him as being the perfect player. And a big part of what I get from the lessons is him sharing some of that stuff, the human stuff and all of that. And so I thought I'd share this with you in the spirit of, I could have just said, oh, I didn't do the tracks, I had enough time, or I could have put them out bad, or I could have just sort of fudged it, but I thought I wouldn't. I thought I'd put out this quick episode and just explain why there is no Big Sandy River on the podcast. Because we all have bad days. We all have days when we just play and it sounds a bit, rubbish. But I know from the last couple of years doing this podcast that that's a day, it happens to be today, but actually most of the days aren't like that. And last night I recorded a little video of me playing Bury Me Beneath the Willow and posted it on Facebook, and I was really happy with it. It sounded great, and I was playing really well, but I'm not today. And it's not because I don't know the tune, it's not because it's just I'm tired, and yeah. But I thought, there's some value in sharing that, and hopefully it's a useful thing to hear, and hopefully it will maybe help one or two of you be a little bit less hard on yourselves when you have those bad days, because we all do. And they're not even bad days, they're just days where you sound a bit, a bit ropey in your playing. And yeah, that's it. Nothing more than that. Just wanted to share it. I will be back next week. There will be more tunes, more interviews, and all that stuff. But I just thought this might be an interesting thing to share. That's it. See you next time. Happy picking. Bluegrass Jam Along is proud to be sponsored by Collings Guitars and Mandolins, making some of the finest guitars and mandolins in the world since the 1970s. Visit collingsguitars.com and find out why.